Hi everyone, this is Kate with Kate's Paper Creations. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Washington State, and I am here to share with you my weekly current catalog video and blog. I sell the items I feature in these videos, and I hope that you will consider shopping with me through my online store. The link you will find in the description below. So today I am featuring some of the sets and things that are going to be going away. We just, as demonstrators, got our list of things that will be discontinued as they prepare to release the new catalog coming up for everyone on May 1st. So these are some things that are going to be going away and probably going to be somewhat of a sweet parting. Okay, so going away or hope to stay. Let's see what happens. This is the card we're going to make today. As I did 2 days ago, I've been kind of playing with the Vine Designs stamp set and dies. It came as a bundle, and I bought it mainly for the dies. I just love these 3 background dies in here. These 3 background dies just really are beautiful, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to let go of this set even though it's been discontinued, so we'll see how that goes. And if you don't have it yet and would like to get it, it's available while supplies last, and so you need to get on the store and be purchasing those things that are going to be discontinued. So that's the part that's going to be discontinued. I'm also going to be using the Stitched So Sweetly dies, and we're going to be using the second and third one of the rectangle, That one is not being discontinued. We are also going to be using the Happy Birthday from Itty Bitty Greetings. That set's going away. So if you wanted to get that, it's time to make sure you do that. And we are also going to be using a sentiment from the Mini Messages bundle, and we're going to be using the die as well, and that one is coming back, so that's really cool. Okay, the colors I'm using are Melon Mambo and Flirty Flamingo. I'm also going to be using the double-sided adhesive and some dimensionals and things. So let's get busy. The base card is basic white thick. It's cut 5.5 by 8.5. It is scored at 4 1/4, and we will burnish that fold to create a top fold greeting card that is standard A2 size. The next layer is Flirty Flamingo, and it is 4 by 5 1/4, and it's going to get attached to the card front with regular adhesive, whether that is Stampin' Seal or Tombow or whatever it is that you use. Just regular flat adhesive. And we'll get that situated there. And there's that piece. The next thing I did was I stamped this image from the Vine Design stamp set with Flirty Flamingo, and I die cut out 2 of those. So I have 1, 2 of those. Then I cut a piece of Sand and Sea Designer Series paper, and this piece is cut 2 1/4 by 3 3/8. Okay, and then there's this piece that I cut, and when I used those dies, I used them both at the same time. I tacked them down with washi tape. Let me get them out. So I just placed them onto the white cardstock, which was originally cut like 4 by 3 something. Let's see here. Yeah, 4 by 3.5, I believe, or 3 3/4. Anyway, I put it on the white, and I centered it like that, and I taped it down with washi tape, and I ran it through to create this border. So that's how I got this border with the lovely double scallop and the stitching marks. So that's that piece. Then to get the sentiment that I used, which is this right here, I didn't want to cut out a whole great big sheet of the Mini Messages dies. So what I did is I took the marker, and this is the sentiment I used right here, and I took a marker and colored that sentiment, Then I just took a thin strip of Whisper White, just slightly whiter than that, and I laid it on there and pressed it. And then I put it into the Stampin' Cut and Emboss, centered this particular die cut over it, and taped it down with washi tape to keep it centered, and then just cut out that one piece with very little scrap. So that's how I created that. And it says, hoping your day is full of love, laughter, and joy. Then it's going to be a birthday card, of course. Then I also took this, which is the die in the Vine Design stamp set. I backed basic white with double-sided adhesive, and then I cut the die out. Now, this is not the full die. Let me show you. I have cut it down, as you can see. Okay, but I cut out the whole design and got rid of all the little chads and all the pieces that were in it. And then I want it to fit with this frame. So I needed this piece to be 2 1/4 by 3 3/8. And to do that, I took 1/4 of an inch off of each of the short ends, here and here, evenly from side to side. I took off 1/4 of an inch, which left it at, oh, now let me rethink that just a minute. I take that back. With this direction, I took 1/4 of an inch off of each side, and I just put it in my paper trimmer and cut 1/4 of an inch off of each side. So that left this 2 1/4 wide. Then for this, 3 3/8 is actually, the original size is actually an even 4 inches. So I had to take off 5/8 of an inch total. And I wanted to keep it somewhat centered. I did my best to keep it centered. And so there's a couple of ways you could do that. You could attach this and just make some marks and then trim it. But I tried doing it on the cutter and I just measured. And so I wanted to take off 2/8 or 1/4 of an inch off of each side, and then just a fraction more. So it was kind of like a 1/16 of an inch more. So it was, I don't know how to describe that. It was kind of a fussy thing. You had to figure it out. So I hope that makes sense. One other thing I did try doing is I took the larger piece for this first card that I made, and I actually took and glued this on to the thing, and then I just went around and trimmed it behind. So there's a couple different ways you could do it, but that's cut and this is ready to go. And this has sticky back on it, so it'll be easy to attach. So now I am going to get my piece of scrap paper here. Laminated so I can use it and clean it. And I'm going to attach this to this. And to do that, I am going to use my go-to liquid glue, which for me is the Zig 2-way quick glue. And I am going to just put a fair amount of glue all the way around this frame piece. This you have to squeeze and press to get the glue to come out, but it works pretty slick. Okay. And then I am going to just attach it to that piece and press it into place and give it a chance to set. There we go. So that creates that piece framed with nothing sticking out past the edges. Now this is going to go onto the piece of Designer Series paper. Again, this is from Sand and Sea, and this piece is also cut to 2 1/4 by 3 3/8. And it's going to fit right behind this like this. And because I have that double-sided adhesive on this piece, it's going to be easy to stick down. I just need to find a corner to start. And there we go. We'll use this handy dandy pick tool, and we'll just carefully pull this loose from the backing. There we go. And then we will attach it to that. There's the piece that's going to go on the front of the card. So now this is just attached with regular adhesive, just like this. And I centered it about a ½ an inch, maybe 5/8 of an inch from the top, centered from right to left. So once I get that where I want it, that looks pretty good. We'll press it into place. Now, if you're kind of particular and you want to make sure you're putting it on square with the world, you could use my idea that I got for using a square. Catches on the edge of the card and you can see it's perfectly straight. So there we go. Excuse me. Now I am going to cut out one more. I forgot one thing, and that was from the Mini Messages die. I also cut out a piece of white that is this pretty little scalloped circle. And I forgot to do that. So I'm going to do that real quick off screen here. Be right back. I'm going to just put that in here. And we'll get that cut. I usually try to have all my pieces ready, but you know, I just have those moments when I forget something. So you get to enjoy me catching up with myself. I just really liked this little scallop for the happy birthday, and that is from Itty Bitty Greetings. That's the sentiment there. And I am using Melon Mambo to stamp happy birthday right in the middle of that cute little scallop, just like that. Okay, so there's that. And now we're ready to build the rest of it. So I put this one on, this sentiment on, with mini dimensionals. Get them. They get buried when I start throwing stuff to the side. But we'll put some minis on there. I just put 3 of them on there. I mean, if you feel like it needs more, that's fine. But this is plenty. Get those tops off there. And this is just going to go underneath, side to side, pretty much even. There we go. Then this is going to go on with regular dimensional, right on the back. Just one, right in the middle is all it needs, just like that. And I kind of put it down over this way. And then these could have regular dimensionals on them as well. One on each of them, right in the middle. Get that up where you can see it. And I put one so it kind of tucked under like that. And then I put this one so it kind of tucked up like that. And there is the card for today. Isn't that lovely? It just came out so pretty. I really like the colors. I'm feeling like I need some brightness. It was dark and rainy all morning, but the sun is starting to come out. And I think it's just because I made this beautiful, shiny, springy looking card. So, happy birthday. Hoping your day is full of love, laughter, and joy. Nice birthday card. Hope you enjoyed stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed this free video tutorial and that you will consider shopping with me. Thanks again.